Morning all. How we doing? Everybody here? Oh no, we already got... There's only a few in here. Where's everybody? Just because I wasn't on yesterday, everybody's deserted me now. How are you all doing? I'm just having a look at the DAX. One sec. Just get rid of that fib. So, morning Chad. I've got everybody's chat in here from yesterday in this because obviously I forgot to change the scheduled stream, so it's still yesterday's one, which I just renamed. And obviously you guys were all in here yesterday chatting away, so good to see some people turned up anyway. Right, news-wise today is not a lot going on. We've got no pen. Let's get my pen. Where are you, pen? God, I hate this pen. Where is it? There it is. I've got this epic pen thing, and it basically just it starts up when Windows starts up, but it doesn't actually open like this. So you double click on it, and because I've got so many monitors, I've got no idea where it appears, and it appears behind stuff. So if you reboot it and start it again, it just comes back. Anyway, my problem. Morning Andy, morning Stevie, morning Tammy. So yeah, news-wise today, not a lot. We got unemployment claims this afternoon. Doesn't tend to do an awful lot. We've got Bullard speaking, and we've got Yellen. So talking heads today, and then tomorrow it's the CAD. So yeah, no more news much today or tomorrow really. I've decided to go down to 1 minute charts this morning. I'm going to try and get the whipsaws and the speed of movement over the last this week basically has been absolutely chaotic. So I'm going to go down to 1 minute and basically just try and get some movement really out of the open fast, and try and basically scalp really super fast on 1 minute, because we're getting chopped, whipsawed up and down, and there's money to be made out of these whipsaws that we keep getting at the opens at the moment. So looking to get in and out fast today. So just going to watch the DAX basically. Daily, that is sod's law, isn't it? The day that I didn't get into it, it did the gap fill. So I've been playing this gap fill now for 2 weeks. Yesterday I didn't play it. What did it do? Filled it. So I couldn't make it up, could you? But yeah, so missed it, unfortunately. Don't know if anybody else got on it. It didn't do it to the pip, but it did it near as damn it. So I think that's probably filled now, but maybe not. Either way, we've broken lows. So these recent support resistance levels have gone. Yeah, so this level here is now gone, and this level here is now gone. And we've tapped into that level there. So here, this 14,000 round number basically is our next stop. So this accumulation that we've been in, where we've been literally 4 weeks, we have been sitting here quite happy. We had a couple of days out of it, and then we came back. We've broken the lows. So this is either a false breakout long, or this is the start of the next leg down. So we will see. But yeah, looking good on the DAX. Nice gap fill this morning. Don't know if anybody got on that. I did. Made about 200 odd on that this morning. So got the gap fill, which is good. Did the yen pairs gap for anyone? No. Don't tend to get gaps in FX. Doesn't close long enough. 1 minute to the open. Nothing wrong with the ends. Started to come down though. Euro Swiss and then Euro US dollar I got on yesterday as well. Euro Swiss is back to break even. Had some nice profit on it, but and Euro US is just above break even on that at the moment. Got these sell limits on. FOMC was obviously crazy big spiky move, the usual rubbish. So yeah, right, market's open. So let's concentrate on the DAX. We'll have a look at ADRs and everything in a minute. There isn't any today at the moment though to look at. So I'm just going to switch down to M15 so we can watch those two together. A bit of platform freeze there for a minute on my other one. Okay, strong move down at the open. A little bit less volatile open today, a lot quieter. Oh, missed it. Going sell stop under the lows. No, it looks like he wants to go long. On smaller time frames. Whoops. You'll always get a gap on smaller time frames depending on your broker. Yeah, I mean your broker's always going to gap because he's basically manipulating the spread at the open, so you're always going to get a gap at the open due to just spread manipulation. But it's not real though; it's broker. Market doesn't shut, so it's just your broker manipulating price doing the swaps. It's not a real gap. Okay, going short one on the DAX, trying to anyway. So no movement yet. We're going to get a slow one today. S&P and the Dow, both, and the DAX, both rejecting highs at the minute. Nice wicks to the upside on these two. Dow as well, more bearish than bullish at the open. Just done a gap fill on the Dow as well. Typical, isn't it? Today's the day we don't get the whipsaw when I go down to M1. This is why people feel that the market is rigged and the market is against them, because a lot of the time, whatever you think you want to do, the market does the complete opposite of it. And then when you do the opposite of what you should be doing, the market does the opposite of that. It's the complete random chaos of the market. You can never expect. Nobody knows where it's going. Nobody knows how quickly it's going to go there. Nobody knows what's going to happen from second to second. It's all to do with the ticks and the algorithms running the thing. So this morning you dropped down to M1 because you've had a massively volatile week and you can't get in on M5 properly because the candles are too big. What happens at the open? It doesn't move for 5 minutes. It's not a conspiracy. It's just random. What the market's doing today is nothing. So we're on the right time frame because at the moment you couldn't make money on M5 because you haven't gone anywhere. So if you can't make money on M1, you can't make money at all. It's just the random nature. Morning, Diamond. getting ready to flip a coin. Good man. Playing the opening range breakouts today as well. God, really tight this morning. Really tight range. It's a tiddler. Pound CAD powering up. Was there anything news related going on? Not that I'm aware of. I haven't actually checked the news in detail this morning, but I haven't seen anything. I had a quick flick through. All I do in the morning is I open the Forex Factory calendar news, and I just whiz down it looking for red, and then expand it down until I've got to yesterday, basically. And if there's no red there, that's it. That's the extent of my news analysis in the morning. Is I need to know if something's happened, but if it's not red, it's not really going to be a market manipulating event. So nothing dramatic there. Not a massive amount of movement on the pound CAD. It's only one candle. It's just the opening, liquidity coming in. Jeez, look at this. No movement. Morning all. My scanner at the bottom there is a empty line and scanning the market like I have a pair, but I don't know how I can fix it. Don't know what you mean, Michael, by scanner. How's the funded account going? In drawdown. Not good. I had that $1,400 loss on Wednesday. I took a couple of trades yesterday and made a few $100 loss, but I didn't trade very heavy yesterday because I had a bad day before, so I was just kind of readjusting myself. Yeah, but I mean, gone straight into drawdown. This is the problem with funded accounts. You have losing days, and if you have losing days at the wrong time, going short one on the DAX. Just breaking down at the moment, looking for that low to get broken. Yeah, and this is what happens with funded accounts. Evaluation, passed it in 2 days. Stage 2 evaluation, passed it in 2 days. Had to just trade for 3 days just to get through the evaluation. Funded account, first 2 days, absolute disaster. You're going to get bad days. And they know this, yeah? I generated 17% profit in 2 weeks. And I've made a 3.5% loss in 2 days. Can't control the market. If I'm going to have a loss, I'm going to have a loss. But another $1,000 down today, and that's it, blown it. That's all you can do. This is the problem with funded accounts. Doesn't matter how good you are, you're going to have losing runs, and this is what they prey on. They know that's going to happen to you. Haven't lost it, but I'm sitting in drawdown now, which completely as well. The other thing about having a drawdown, we haven't got out the opening range later. The other thing about having a drawdown on your account is you've got this. For me, it's $47,500. Yeah, I can't go below that. So now that I'm sitting at 48.9 or whatever, 48,960, I'm sitting at. It's not that bad. Oh yeah, so no, I did have a winning day before that. Sorry, yeah, I've had 2 losing days on the chart, but I had a winning day before that. So now I'm sitting there. My psychology has completely changed. I'm now trading smaller position sizing, which is not something you should do, because my risk reward is now out the window. Now I'm trading smaller position sizes. I've got to work much harder to get that money back that was lost. Closing. Think about closing this out and going long. Just hold on to it a minute. So now you, the closer you get to that drawdown that will blow your account, your psychology changes. Do you go full on 50 lots, long or short, and try and get that loss back, or do you trade normally, or do you trade smaller? I'm wanting to trade normally because that's the way I normally trade. But unfortunately, if I trade normally and I have a down day today, I've blown the account just because I've had 3 losing days on the trot and I haven't had that 15% day I had last week yet. They will take the account away from me. This is the problem with prop firms. And until you've been funded as many times as I have with these things, it suddenly sinks in that, yeah, these rules are really, really, really tight. Doesn't matter how good you are, you're going to have losing days and you're going to lose it. The game is trying to get a really decent money into that account as fast as you can so that you can withdraw it before you blow the account. So if I can take 15 to 20k out of the account before I blow it, I win. Going on DAX. And that's what you got to do. Unfortunately, it's the way the game works. And then you go back to square one. You start again. You do the evaluation again. Yeah. But I'm not out yet. Still in the game. Although I've just taken a loss there again. Only a tiddler. 390 quid. 380 quid. Dollars even. So we've got 2 longs on there, taking an opening range breakout as well. Lots of wicks on the NAS and the Dow. Yeah, it's choppy. I'm glad I'm on M1 because at least you can see some entries. But yeah, Adrian. I know it's crap, but there's some comfort in a guy with 13 years experience having funded account losses. Yeah, I suffer the same, but with no cash. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I love funded accounts. I think they're really good, but there is a fundamental flaw in them. And the way what everybody wants to do is get funded and go, yay, I'm funded. Now I can use that money, and then they blow it and they go full tilt back to square one, and you get cross. And what happens is you get into this endless cycle of being cross and angry with the market because your account gets blown, your account gets blown, your account gets blown. What you need to do is survive a month. The game is to survive a month, extract the money, whatever that money is, and then try to survive another month. If you can do that twice, that's brilliant. If I can draw 20k out of that, having paid $600 to $1,800 or whatever, yeah, if I can draw out 20k from that, that's the game. That's your job. Your job is not to keep this account. You're not going to keep this account because there is no trader in the world that's going to stay within a $2,500 drawdown. It's not going to happen. So the job is to hit that account as hard as you can when you get it and get a decent lump of cash out, and then go back to square one when you go wrong. Well, not you when you go wrong, when the market decides it can't give you any more money, which is just the way the market works, you know. So you got to know how to play the game. That's the key to these firms. The Market Watch scanner. I don't know, Michael. I don't know what the Market Watch scanner is. Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about with the Market Watch scanner. I don't know what that is. Are you with my Forex funds? Yeah. Tammy up 40 pips on DAX. Good man. So I just got stopped out for 0.5% on that initial short. Now I've got 2 longs on. 1 manual, 1 opening range breakout. So I'm just following basically. So far the trend this morning is long. So nice orderly market structure continuing from yesterday so far. My scanner, I don't, you mean the dashboard? You're talking about a dashboard? If so, which one? ADR, market reverse alerts, RSI? I don't know which scanner you're talking about. Or dashboard. The dashboards, you literally just put them on a chart, yeah, and they just monitor the pairs and time frames. There's nothing to them really. Let me know what your problem is, and I'll see if I can fix it. Stevie, I think he's talking about the dashboards when he says scanner. Some people call them scanners. It's a stock term. Stock scanner. Well, it's not a stock term. It's just what most stock trading platforms have stock scanners built into them to scan for gappers, scan for breakouts, scan for all sorts of stuff. MT4 doesn't do scanning, which is why we have to build stuff. MT4 is like a bare bones vanilla system. Everything else, like Think or Swim and all the other big software platforms, have all got some kind of scanning software built into them. Michael's got all of them. That's good. So what's the problem, Michael? I don't know. US dollar yen is your last pair. Underneath it there is another row, and it has the word short on the row. I see what you mean. Right, so that'll be basically this. So the pairs list here, this is all fed from this. So if you look in here, you'll have probably something like comma short or something. I don't know. But you'll have something on the end of that list for some reason. So just go and check the pairs list in the settings. And no comma on the end, so the last one doesn't have a comma on it. So just stalling out potentially here. See if we can hold this range. Gosh, slow this morning, isn't it? This was like that, wasn't it? Yesterday, literally utter chaos, and today it's just like, no, not really sure or interested in anything. Talk about adapting to market conditions. We'll have a look at all the FX pairs in a minute. See how my euro's getting on. Nice. You coming down? Nice. Very nice. So Euro Swiss looking for a break of the Asian lows today, hopefully. Nice strong US dollar at the open by the looks of things, or is this a weak euro? This is a weak euro. US dollar's not really pushing very much at the minute. So this is euro week today. Just going to have a quick, make sure financial juice is up and running. EU's foreign minister Borrell, the fifth package of sanctions against Russia could arrive as soon as tomorrow. German industrial output we had this morning as well. I might thanks, that was what it was. That, yeah, cool. Yeah, that the dashboard basically, for, I don't know, maybe not quite sure how you would have put the word short in there, but probably just copy pasted something, haven't you? Easy done. I might start putting the shadow indicator onto the charts. So this is obviously this is the funded account platform. Looks good with the shadow. Really nice and easy to see trends, obviously, with the shadow. It shows you obviously where you should be. But the nice thing is about the rejection between the 2050 shows up really nicely. Same way as we use the 2472 on the daily. So I might start to use this on my scalping layout, basically, to just for total clarity, so you can really see strong trends like this, and pullbacks into the trends. It's quite a nice thing to have on a normal sort of scalping layout, I think, as well. So I'm just trialing this at the moment. I've got it up on both my other monitors, which are monitoring the F majors and all the indices, just to see if my eyes can get used to it. The problem with it is it makes seeing price action a little bit more difficult. So candlestick pattern identification is a little bit trickier, because obviously you've got a green and a red with green and red candles. So I'm just seeing if my eye actually is able to spot price action as well. Muscle memory obviously is very important for just spotting opportunities, and I'm just worried it's going to screw up my my identification process, but I'm trying it out. So very easy to see if you're up or down, especially on lower time frames. One more long on the DAX. We're just coming up to double top territory here as well, so a little bit dangerous, this area. We'll see if we pop through that level. See if we get eaten up here or we pop it. If we start to stall out here on the 1 minute, the advantage of trading 1 minute is you can see these stall outs really fast, like that. You can quickly identify whether you should be getting out or not. Okay, stalled out there a little bit. I've also put the points on here. Trading M1 when you're adding into positions, it's quite handy to see how many points you've got, just to give you an idea of really what you can expect from the session, because sometimes the sessions move much faster. It's kind of speed of accumulation. With this, obviously we're only working in 0.1%, so it's difficult to see the increments when you're working on small time frames. So just popped a pip counter on there as well. We're challenging the highs. Chinese Foreign Ministry: if the US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi visits Taiwan, it will have a negative impact on relations with China. God. Just because somebody wants to go to another country doesn't mean we don't like you anymore. Closing all these out at 0.3. Putting a sell stop under the lows. We are stalling out here. 3 nice wicks. So just got in one short. So potentially this area could act, if we push up into there, could act as a nice short today. But see where we do. See where we go off here. Obviously, this is a counter trend trade. It's just basically a double top. Gosh, slow today. Just moving start to break even on that one. It's counter trend. I'm just protecting it because we're obviously down in the 2050 area, where if we're going to continue to the upside, this is where we would expect to see the buyers start to step in. This accumulation push. So I'm just protecting that position. Obviously M5, we are still painting an inside bar. I got trailing stop running at 200 on this as well. On candle close. So if we get big spikes, I'm just going to auto trail 200 points. Should have added rather to that. Okay, so just broken below the 50. Closing that out at 0.5. Just better get a reversal on M5. We've still got a minute left, but we're at the lows here. So if you look on M5 a little bit closer, not on that chart. We've got these three lows here. We are breaking down, but many times you see this pop back up there within the candle close. So just being ultra cautious today, just getting in and out as fast as possible. Can always get back in. Okay, so we've broken down below the 50 on the 1 minute. Decent move down. What's that level? So we're just broken down below these lows again. So it looks like we're rejecting to go short. Okay, opening range break to the low now. So that was just a fake out. So be looking for pullbacks to jump in short. Just seen my euro US dollar on my other monitor. Collapse. Very nice. And Euro Swiss. Euro Swiss just checking out the lows. Getting a bit of rejection down there. Okay, gone one short. Slightly smaller position size. This is an opening range break to the low, so stop at the highs, at the opening range high. So plenty of room for a pullback drop if the opening range is going to remain. So see if this one works. Downside as well. Going short one on the DAX. So looking for fake out move to the upside, new low, and for us to put in a lower high up here somewhere in the 30 to 60 range, and then hopefully a lovely little trend day like we had yesterday would be nice. Just pop down. So we're pulling back. Danger is today to pull back up to 14,333, just up somewhere around this support here. Retest the highs of yesterday, but certainly looks nice and bearish at the open, so we'll see. Could just be a choppy move, but certainly been very heavy, the indices. Looking at the other indices as well, NASDAQ, 2 down days on the NAS, 2 down days on the S&P and the Dow. So potentially this is next leg starting for the Dow. Obviously the S&P and the NASDAQ are slightly different, so we've had market structure shift back the other way, potentially like that for NASDAQ and the S&P. So we are still obviously in a downtrend. We've just broken out to the highs with a nice M pattern reversal. So that sort of movement today potentially on the indices at the open, depending on where we get to. If we can push up today on the US indices, there'll be a nice short this afternoon. So we can get pushes up into previous day's highs, previous day's lows somewhere. Could be a good one for a short. But obviously market structure has shifted, as you can see. So potentially we're just retesting for longs, but we'll see. Time will tell. I'm just looking at this strength, currency strength chart. Pushing up to 50. I can't tell what colour this is. The weakest currency. At the moment they've got Euro pegged as the strongest currency. I can't tell what this is. I'm guessing that is CAD, which makes that Australian dollar. I reckon this is the Aussie, isn't it? Not very good colour choices, are they, those two? So basically, Euro odd is your short of the day at the moment, if you like currency strength. Because the euro is the strongest currency, therefore ready to drop, and the Australian is the weakest currency, therefore ready to rise. Obviously I've got Euro Swiss and Euro US anyway, so I'm not taking any more euros. Okay, so this is a 2-leg pullback. Adding a sell stop under those lows. Yeah, I think it is odd, that one. I'm not quite sure what other colour they could pick there, but they're very close, those two. Short one more. FTSE's just attacking the lows as well. FTSE's trending down nicely. Nice drop on FTSE just started actually on the 1 minute chart. Just retesting the lows. All the other markets seem to be coming down as well. All starting to roll over quite nicely off this pullback. So I'm looking for a break of these lows and then push down towards this little accumulation down here. Take it off down there if we get there. Just got to be a bit careful. I've got 3 positions on, so I've got a lot of risk on at the minute. So a lot of algorithms taking profit down here. I was just about to take a short on the FTSE on that break. I got distracted. Never mind. DAX can do it. If we can break these lows, we should be good for a run down to here. If. Mauro, I take worth 1 lot DEX 40. What? Sorry, I don't understand that. DAX 40, you mean? You're saying you're taking 1 lot. Big contract. Depends on your account size. I wouldn't go in with this sort of size if you haven't got a 10k account. It's going to start hurting very quickly. Could also start making a lot of money very quickly, obviously, but just stalling out these lows. I'm going to give it another candle. If we haven't broken the lows, I'm going to jump ship on this. Got a lot of buyers stepping in at these lows. We just had news on ECB. Deposit rates due to rise in Q4. More than 50% basically are expecting the rates to rise in Q4. Which is just, that's not really red news. That's what we were expecting anyway. That's what Lagarde said. Did I take D40 with 1 lot? So yeah, I took a 0.82 and I took a 1.03 on those two. But that's my position size, yeah? That's 0.5% based on my risk of 400 points, yeah? So you take risk based on your account, not on my account. If you've got a $200 account, you won't be able to game with a lot because your margin won't let you. But this is why I built this. This just does everything for you. You hit the sell button, you say how far away you want your stop to be, and it auto does all your risk for you. You don't need to worry about risk. The price action toolkit does it. Just breaking these lows, not convincing at all, this sell action. We've got a lot of buyers stepping in. We've got lows here being retested as well. We're rejecting these lows. Moving stops to break even average. Just in case we're really struggling to get through here. This could just pop very, very quickly. So I'm just covering it in case. I've got 3% risk on. So it's a bit too much to be risking on this sort of price action at the bottom. Equally, we could just get a pop straight out the bottom down to there as well, but we're not really convinced about going short here, are we? Might just take this 0.4. Got 15 seconds left on this candle. We're really stuck. I'm closing it. 0.3. You watch it fly. Collapse. Right, glad I took that 0.3 off. That would have been a stop out at break even. Okay, that's not bad. Little morning. 240. Got 260 running open on the euros. And just putting one more sell stop just below these lows to try and catch this break. I'm tempted to take one if we get back up into here. I'm tempted to take another short. So this is the opening range that we're retesting now. Again, very, very slow today. Right, let's have a quick look at FX pairs while we're waiting for that to do something. So ADRs, no ADRs yet today. All the Aussies have hit their weeklies, which we knew about yesterday. They'd all hit yesterday as well. Did anybody get on any of these Aussies yesterday? If you did, well done. You got paid yesterday. So all these gaps that I was looking to get filled have filled. Not all of them. Aussie Swiss has filled. Oh, they have all filled now, yeah. Aussie Yen, that was the one that hadn't filled. Aussie Yen's filled. Aussie New Zealand, Aussie US. So if anybody got on any of these fades that I said to play, remember I took these here and we're targeting these highs. They all played out perfectly. So lovely average weekly range reversals. All played out beautifully. Don't always do that, but really nice ones. And obviously it's continuing to the downside as well. So the Aussie dollar is weakening very, very nicely at the moment. So I just realised I've left a trade running on my other account, which I'm now having to babysit. So yeah, all good there. Monthlies, nothing's hit yet. First week of the month, so we've had a fairly slow compared to last month. We hit monthly ranges, didn't we, within days? So very subdued start to this month. Which is good. FOMC yesterday obviously didn't do anything. It was a dud. So we had the usual shenanigans: stop hunt high, stop hunt low, return to mean, nothing. So basically they just stole everybody's cash, which is what they do. So yeah, so nothing fundamental off of FOMC yesterday at all. So it's business as usual with everything. RSIs, there's no RSIs on the hourly much apart from the Euro odd. So Euro odds just about got extended to the downside. Obviously, we've had this big, nice drop. We're pulling back into potential buy area here. Obviously, I'm always shorting the Euro, so I wouldn't want to long that one. Pound odd as well, same thing. So pound odd, sorry, I'm on the wrong chart. Sorry, Euro odd, start again. I was thinking, why is that pushed to the downside? I know it's come down, but not that fast. It's the hourly. So yeah, obviously Euro odd, perfect spot to take shorts from. I am that's the one I just looked at the currency strength. Euro is currently the strongest currency. Australian dollar is the weakest currency. That will change. So nice area for a pullback on this. If you look at the last move that we've had on the euro odd, we've just put in a 38 retracement. So if we are going to push back further, this would be where I would look to come. This accumulation here is going to be the strongest area. So if we don't turn here and go, which we are with the euro is just like weak as you like, isn't it, at the minute? That would be my next spot to start looking for short opportunities. Same with the pound odd, but the pound odd obviously is incredibly weak. Well, the pound is incredibly weak, but we have managed to get back up into this accumulation and we're holding at the minute. So whether or not this is going to hold, I would like to see this embed and then just sort of, or maybe just have a gradual sort of decline ready for a next leg up. But we don't really want to break this low. So if you draw in this accumulation, the ideal with this accumulation would be for us to sit somewhere within that range, bounce around in here for a bit and then break out to these highs. If we can break these highs, we're due a next leg up into the next accumulation. It's the same with all of these strong Australasian pairs and the yens. We've got to break through these accumulations, these pockets of balance where the market's been very happy to conduct business and then someone's decided we don't want to conduct it there anymore. We come down, this is a price discovery, and then we come into a new balanced area where we're happy to transact. We come down and everyone says want to transact down here, and they go nope, want to transact here, and then we'll move back. So the market moves from balance to balance via an imbalance, and we are at the moment pushing up, and this is the first leg back up we've had on the pound for quite some time. It's been as weak as the euro, but the pound has got a lot more opportunity to strengthen where the euro hasn't. So we could see this following the same route as the euro and just becoming another whipping boy, and it's not looking great for the pound from a fundamental perspective moving forward. But we have got the banking sector on our side, so there is potential when sanctions lift for the pound to actually get a really good boost. There's no sanctions lifting in the foreseeable, is there? And there's more sanctions going in place. So it's very difficult to call what's going to happen with the pound. If the Australasian pairs continue to weaken and we get yen strength, though, this will continue to push. So it does look fairly good as an opportunity for a short here, but fundamentally it's very difficult to know which way this is going to go. So you could play it short, back down for a retest, but wouldn't want to see it break these lows. If these lows get broken again, I'd be out short. So you want to be shorting it basically. So those are the only two you've got on the hourlies at the minute. 4 hourlies, we've literally got euro US dollar, which I'm already short on. It's not, I mean, I'm looking for an embedded euro US dollar here. The euro's stuffed. Unless Lagarde comes out and says something dramatic or the war suddenly stops, this isn't going to stop going down. I shorted it really low down here because every time we seem to push to the downside on this with these big strong pushes that we're getting at the moment, we get a really decent push. So we're in, and I think we've probably got nowhere to go but these lows. That's where I'm targeting, as you can see. So I'm trying to play this one. I'm trying to hold it long, really trying. It's hard to hold when it's this extended because obviously, as you know, I'm a mean reversion trader. So every inch of my being is saying do not short it down here. But we are just getting squeezed to death on the euro at the minute, and it doesn't stop. So I'm short down here, and I'm continuing to short. I've got these 3 positions on. I've got another limit set here at the top of this gap, so this propulsion gap after this accumulation, we could potentially come and retest that for a drop. So this is a swing trade down to there, and I'm getting in sort of mid to end swing. DAX just dropped. So new lower high closing out those two. Oh, shall I leave one running? I've still got those two positions running on the DAX. I forgot to close them out on my other platform. Trying to trade too many platforms. So I'm just holding those two at the minute, looking for a break of these lows. If we get this low break, could make a nice little profit out of this one. So I'm just holding on to it at the minute. So this is our third attempt. So somebody I used to trade with used to say, if we knock on the door 3 times and it won't let you in, get out. If you can knock on the door the 4th time, usually you're through. 4th time's a charm. So looking at that at the moment as a wedge, we're going to break one way on that or the other on this. This is the third attempt on this. If this breaks, this accumulation is the target. And then obviously low of session. In one short, we've just broken the lows. I'm just closing one of those out and protecting the second. Right, back up into positive territory now. 50,300 on the funded account. That was a nerve-wracking couple of days, that. It's horrible, horrible, horrible. And this is what I'm saying, on these funded accounts, your goal, your number one priority when you get a funded account is to get as far away from that fixed drawdown as you can. Yeah, that 40 for me with a 50k account, 47,500. I've got to get as far away from that as possible, because until I've built that buffer up here somewhere at 52, 53, 55k, this thing is chasing me every day. Literally every day, this thing is just chasing me constantly until I get to 50k. If I can get to 55k, I've now got 5k of drawdown to play with. If I get to 60k, I've got 10k of drawdown to play with. This initial part of a funded account is where everybody screws it. It's horrible, because you're constantly being chased by this line that is going to take your account away if you have a couple of bad days. And you just juggle, and it really screws with your the way that you trade. It's horrible. But they know that. That's what they're preying on. They're preying on people having a fluky couple of weeks, and then thinking they're going to get a fluky couple of weeks, and it just doesn't happen that way. So yeah, at least I'm back into positive territory. So I've got 50,300 in the bank now and 200 running. I'm going to let a run or go. So I've got a position on from here at the lows. Took another one at the lows there. So I'm just going to let that run. Target low of day on that. Let me just open that up. So what is low of day at the moment? 140.96. That's a long way away. Okay, I'm going 141.02 as a target. Somewhere around there. What I don't want to do is get spread out down here and not get the TP. So just putting a TP in case we double bottom. I'm just going to monitor that. Right. So yeah. So basically, that's what I've got on at the moment. Euro, US dollar, Euro Swiss shorts. Looking for obviously anywhere down here. Basically, I'm going to try and hold these as long as I can, but we are very, very extended on the Euro US dollar. So this might be a tricky one to hold. It's going to be based on US dollar movement. And obviously we've had a very weak US dollar. as well. So there's possibility that euro could push this back up, but you can see where I'm targeting for my third position. If we get back up into these lows anywhere around here, this zone basically is where I would look to add one more. If that doesn't work out, then I'll be getting out, but well, I'll be scaling out. I'm probably not going to get out completely. Right, anybody got any other pairs they want to have a look at? There's nothing else on RSIs at the minute. Euro pound is getting close on the 4 hour. It's just come out of extension actually. There's a few US dollar pairs which are getting, all the US dollars are getting close. So US dollars having a nice rally at the moment, back up into the highs. Not quite got extended on the 4 hours though. So potentially that could drop. EU's full ban on Russian coal will be delayed by 1 month to mid-August. Germany's coming under an awful lot of flack at the moment about the oil and all the energy supply. They are not stopping buying from Russia because they literally just can't. You can't just suddenly go, actually, no, we won't power the country. You can't do it. So they're obviously trying to find other sources and put plans in place to get out of it. But all the time that there is money flooding into Russia from Europe, obviously it puts way more pressure on NATO and everybody else because we're funding basically Putin's invasion. So everything that comes out about stuff which is positive for Russia, i.e. us paying them, is going to be negative for markets, as you can see. They're not going to like that sort of stuff. So, you know, this is another reason I'm trading M1 as well at the minute. So you can benefit from these crazy spikes that we keep getting. If you're on the right side of one of these when Putin opens his mouth, as you saw last week when I made that 14% day, you can really cream the market. So you've got to be very aware of these news events at the minute. Wow, 50-point drop, very nice. I'll take that. Trailing stop now, just locking in on this drop. Actually, I might turn that trailer off and oh no, don't it. Turn that one off. Where's trailing stops gone? Just going to turn the trailer off and just move that back to break even. Actually, I can't because it's used a trailer. So yeah, looking target down there on that one. That's all I've really got for you today. I'm just holding that position. If this one plays out, that's a nice profitable day today. Makes up for the last 2 days of disaster. But hopefully this afternoon we'll get a similar sort of rational open to New York. We're just getting some buyers stepping in down here. We're just trying to break this accumulation. We've got buyers looking like they're stepping in at this area. So we are pushing down again now. Cool. Yeah, so hopefully we'll get a similar sort of open in New York this afternoon. I'm not going to trade anymore this morning on the DAX. I've milked it today. Got to stop when you got the profits in the bank. There's no other opportunities I'm really interested in on the FX pairs at the moment. Whizzing through all the FX pairs quickly. We're jumping into accumulations on all these Aussies, but they're all dropping very, very nicely. We didn't quite get the ends. We didn't quite get the double tops. I was looking for double tops yesterday on these. Didn't get them. I was hoping FOMC was going to manipulate these up, but we didn't get it. So whizzing through all the ends. CAD yen, Swiss, Euro. So we are still looking neutral on the yen, neutral to strong. Which is good, but didn't quite get up to the levels. This is why I'm looking. I'm interested in shorting out of there. So everything else really isn't looking particularly exciting at the minute. That's looking pretty good. CAD yen, lovely wick rejection up there on the CAD yen. Euros, obviously we know with all the euros, this is a lovely pullback area for the euro odd. It's not extended on the 4 hourly, but remember I said yesterday, if you're looking to trade in line with trend, use a fib, look for at least a 38, if not more, of a pullback. And anything above the 50 to 60 level really is good enough when you're in a trend. Yeah, you will get to there sometimes, but it's a lot rarer that you're going to get the RSI extensions on the 4 hourly. There's a lot more opportunities if you drop down onto hourly charts when you're in a trend to get in on RSI extensions to the upside. So, but yeah, basically all the euros are shorts at the moment. Euro Swiss coming down again nicely. Covered euro yen. Euro New Zealand, same thing. The Australasians looking a little bit weak at the moment. Euro US dollar still coming down nicely. All the pounds potentially all shorts, but again these are all a little tricky at the moment, these pounds, because we are seeing a little bit more strength coming through on them, but equally again we're hitting levels, we are rejecting levels. Nice M reversal going in there if you look at that on a lower time frame like the hourly. So you're not going to get a reversal out on this for a while, but we've just tapped straight back up into support, bounced off of this 3 times. Remember that, what I just said, knock on the door 3 times, 4th time's charm. If you get through the 4th time, highly likely it's going to hold on the way up. Yeah, it's how support resistance works. Try and get through it. When you get through it, you bounce off of it. So pound Swiss looking potentially like shorts. Pound yen, covered that one. Pound New Zealand, same thing. Just coming up to a lovely double top area as well on this one. Looking good for a pullback. Really, really, really weak at the moment against the Australasian pairs after the big drop. So we had the big war drop. And then since then we have not recovered at all. Yeah, we haven't made new highs. We're just not making new highs. That was the only time we made a new high, the first attempt to come out of this this drop out of the back of the war. Since then, we haven't managed a new high. We're just about double topping. So again, potentially looking good for shorts. Same with the pound odd, as I say, but pound odd's looking a little bit more hopeful than the pound New Zealand. But we'll see. We just can't tell, can you, with these at the minute? The New Zealand's obviously are a little bit weaker than the Australasians and than the Australians. All accumulating really at the moment. There's no strength and no weakness in this. We had that initial big strong push and we've looked fairly bullish since we had that big push, but at the moment all we're literally doing is contracting in a symmetrical triangle. This is a beautiful looking symmetrical triangle breakout to the upside for the New Zealand dollar CAD. So when it breaks above these highs, if you want to take, for those who don't know about it, I've got videos on symmetrical triangles, obviously with the symmetrical triangle indicator, but when you're trading these, there's multiple ways to trade them. The aggressive entry is kind of 50% of the triangle. Yeah. So when you break back above, so really here would have been your entry if you were getting in aggressive. If you're getting in conservative, it would be a break there. If you want to get in super conservative, it will be a retest of the initial break. Yeah. Target 1, high. Target 2 is a fib extension of 160, 170, whatever you want, basically. So looking good, but obviously these can break either way, and typically when they break, they tend to break and go. So good looking opportunity for longs on the New Zealand dollar CAD. See how that one plays out. That looks pretty nice. Yeah, and obviously the others, the US dollars, we are very weak at the moment on the US dollar. So yeah, potentially continue into the downside. So that will obviously push up euro, US dollar, etc. But again, with the US dollar, very high probability we will just go into a range. All we've got here is the initial war move, which has been undone. And we're kind of bouncing back off of these this little accumulation before that big breakout. So potentially this could break to the upside as well. But again, no idea where we are at the minute. We're stuck bang in the middle. Don't know where anything is going at the moment. So we just have to get in. We have to get out. Lovely bounce on the DAX off of the support resistance. Stopped out on that one. Break even. Right, that's it for this morning. Anything else you need, let me know. I will be in the Telegram group as usual. I'll be back this afternoon at 2:20. We'll see if we can milk some more out of the New York session. Not quite sure what I'm going to trade this afternoon. I will probably look at the Dow this afternoon and see if I can get some movement out of the Dow, possibly the DAX as well. But we'll see how we go. But nice downtrend. So good choice today. M1, I think. M5, I think would have been very, very tricky this morning. Because since we opened, really, that was your entry. But it wasn't as whippy today, was it? Which is nice. Nice to see. Market actually giving some back. How do you get the green-red shading? That's an indicator called one-click trading. Moving out MA ribbon filled and MA in colour. It's these two. They're on the website. If you go to... Oh, I'll put the link in the group. It's this page on the website. It's there. Other indicators and template. So this is basically my template. And it's the moving average in colour and moving average filled. For MT4 this is. Haven't got it for MT5. There might be something similar out there for it. I'll put a link in the chat now. Right. So. Damn. Wish I hadn't got stopped out on that one. Never mind. So if we break these lows, be careful because obviously we're getting a bit low now. But we're certainly a short today. I'm glad I flipped. So had the long, flip short. Much easier to flip direction on the minute, isn't it? But equally, if we get those horrible choppy days, it can be lethal. Right, so yeah, I'll be back this afternoon. 2:20, we'll have a look at the Dow this afternoon and possibly NASDAQ. May do a bit of DAX as well. I think I'm going to go down to 1 minute again this afternoon at the open. I'm going to see how volatile it is. I think the key at the moment is flicking between the different between M5 and M1 at the open, based on how volatile it is. If we get a big wide open like we had yesterday, the opening range was crazy, wasn't it? That's where we want to be trading. Sort of M1. M5, if we get a normal small open, M5 is probably the safer time frame to trade on. But we'll see. I think we need to sort of wait for that M5 to go in and then adjust, really, based on what happens throughout the day. So, okay, guys. So I'll be back 2:20. We'll trade the New York session. Anything you need, come in the Telegram group. Hopefully you have a profitable morning, and I will see you this afternoon.